Welcome back to Texas Untold, a history podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Farley, and today we're heading to the heart of Texas to explore one of its oldest and most culturally rich cities. Of course, that's the city of San Antonio. You may know it today for the Alamo, the Riverwalk, the Fiesta Week, but San Antonio has a deeper story, one that begins with Spanish missions, indigenous communities, and a frontier outpost that would grow into the cornerstone of Texas identity. Before any European flags were planted, the region around what is now San Antonio was home to indigenous groups like the Paella peoples. The area's rivers, springs, and fertile soil made it a prime location for settlement. The Spanish, as part of their northward expansion from Mexico, took notice of the area in the late 1600s. It was seen as a strategic spot for both religious missions and military defense. In other words, it was the perfect place to plant the seeds of the Spanish civilization in Texas. The official founding of San Antonio happened in 1718, when the Spanish established a mission near the San Antonio River. That same year, the Spanish government founded Presidio San Antonio de Bexar, a military outpost to protect the mission. A few years later, in 1731, families from the Canary Islands arrived to settle the area and establish the first civil government in Texas. These families were known as the Canary Islanders, and their arrival marked the transformation of San Antonio from a remote mission site to an organized town. This combination of mission, presidio, and civilian settlement formed the foundation of modern San Antonio. San Antonio in the 18th century was a cultural crossroads. Spanish settlers, indigenous converts, and military personnel lived side by side. The missions served as centers of education, agriculture, and faith. There were tensions, too. Indigenous populations were often forced into mission life and stripped of traditional culture. Still, the city grew, and by the early 1800s, San Antonio was the most important town in Spanish Texas. Of course, you can't talk about San Antonio without mentioning the Alamo. In 1836, the old mission became the site of one of the most iconic battles in American history. But San Antonio's significance didn't end there. It served as a military and political hub during the Republic of Texas, and later became a critical city in the state's entry into the United States. The city also became a melting pot of cultures, with Spanish, Mexican, German, and Anglo settlers all leaving their mark. This blend is still visible today in the city's food, architecture, music, and celebrations. Today, San Antonio is the second largest city in Texas, second only to Houston, and one of its most visited. But it's more than just a tourist destination. It's a city that embodies the fusion of cultures that define Texas. It's a city that remembers its past while moving boldly into the future. It's a city where the history isn't just something you learn in school. It's something you walk through, taste, touch, and celebrate. San Antonio represents the soul of Texas, resilient, diverse, historic, and proud. So the next time you stroll along the Riverwalk, take a moment to remember the missions, the soldiers, the indigenous peoples who all made San Antonio what it is today. Thanks for listening to Texas Untold. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review in the comments section, and hit the like button. Share it with your fellow history lovers as well. Until next time, take care and keep exploring the untold stories of Texas.